Good morning, this is Debbie Nicholson speaking on day 12 of our video series for our 90-day challenge. The lighting is so shocking, it looks like I've got a really red nose. I forgive you if you call me, what's that reindeer that had the red nose? Rudolph. If you think of me as Rudolph today. I can't do anything about it though, because I've tried the lights on and off and it's still raining outside and there's nowhere else to take it, so just have to put up with this today. Anyway, today I wanted to talk to you about being flexible in your schedule. Now, if you're anything like me, I forget to do things some days. So when I was with Kurik Ashley, he encouraged us to have a list of things that we like to do every day, write them down in a book and tick them off every day that we do them. And that way we knew that we were doing them for 30 days. Well, I have such a journal and I was doing really well. And then my husband decided that he was going to retire this time. You know, he's been talking about it for years. He actually retired when he was 50, which was 14 years ago, which is when he sold his huge trucking company. But they kept him on. The people to whom he sold his company to own a couple of 3 or 4 ships that go between the two islands. And they needed someone in the yard who was capable of putting the trucks on and off the ships without damaging them. And of course Keith said, oh well, I'll come in and do that. So he's always been on their temporary permanent list, like when people want a holiday they call him in, and when people are sick they call him in. And so he's sort of constantly worked for the last 14 years anyway, even during his retirement. And so we're both workaholics. I mean, I had my own businesses as well when I was younger, and then and so I virtually had the place to myself. Now, I've been thinking overnight and I'm wondering if that's what's causing me to not be very well, because about a couple of months ago is when he announced, well, he announced it at Christmas, which he announces it quite a lot that he's going to retire. But in a couple of months ago, I realised the time was getting closer and he was still talking about it. And now I'm thinking maybe this is what's causing my body to have a little rebellion inside itself. I'm not sure. Anyway, over the next few days I will analyse it a bit more, and since I talked to you yesterday I've given it a great deal of thought, and this is the conclusion I've come up with. So this is something I'm going to have to deal with. But anyway, so today's subject of being flexible in your routine is very appropriate for me right now. So I know I've learned a lot from thinking about this. There are certain things I like to do every day. And he used to go off to work, the alarm would go at 3:45, and he'd be gone by 4 o'clock. As soon as I knew he was out the gate, I'd be up, get my computer out, start working, or if I didn't do it that way, I would get out all my mind stuff first and do it that way. So just depending on what I wanted to follow, what pattern I wanted to follow that day of what I needed to do. Well, of course, he's home now. He doesn't want me to get out of bed at 4 o'clock in the morning. He likes to know that I'm there when he wakes up, which is maybe 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. And he likes to know I'm there when he's in bed at night time. So I'm having a little bit of a dilemma at the moment, adjusting to my new time schedule, because I never know what hour of the day I could do anything anymore, because I really need to be keeping him company. I mean, he deserves my company. He hasn't had my company for our 26 years of marriage, and I've not had his company really. And so, you know, there's a lot of give and take having to be done at the moment, and a lot of kind words that need to be said that have never been said, and a lot of feelings pushed away that, you know, are not worth talking about, because now we know all about thoughts and feelings. We've got to continue to attract good things into our marriage and into our life. And you know, we've become closer. It's been great. We've become closer over these last few weeks. And it's wonderful. And I know that marriage is all about talking and trusting each other and loving each other. The most important thing being the talking. And I've really had no one to talk to over the last few years. The children went away and I had a nervous breakdown because I thought I was being made redundant. And then I was still on my own for a long time, and if I didn't have a business going, well, I would have gone crazy. And of course now, it wouldn't be so bad if we were in a bigger space, but we haven't got a big space. So if he's out here watching television, I can't listen to my webinars because I can't concentrate, and I can't concentrate on writing my books because all I can hear is the TV going. I'm thinking, well, what's that on that down there? Because it's only, we're only 11 metres long, and so you can imagine how noise travels. And even with my earphones on, I can still hear. Yes, I'm going through a little bit of a dilemma at the moment to try and be flexible in my own routine, and I'm thinking, well, maybe you guys are like that too. I used to like to go for a walk at a certain time of day. Well, right now that's not possible because I'm not well and I have to stay in the warm. And so I used to like to have my meals at a certain time. He likes them at a different time. Fortunately for me, he's always told people that I do a very good burnt offering. So guess who's doing the cooking now? So that's marvellous because he is a good cook and I don't have to stop what I'm doing to do that anyway. He's very good in the home. I'm so lucky to have him. He does the vacuuming, he does the cooking, and if I don't feel like doing the washing, he'll run off and do that too. And he likes to dry things in the dryer, whereas I like to hang them on the line. So, we're getting there. We're getting there, and it's all making me have quite a giggle every day, thinking, now, how am I going to cope today? And that's how you've got to do it. Anyway, he's been so great at the moment. My mother's been put into hospital, so I'm not sure how I'm going to do my videos over the next few days. I'll do them the best I can. It's the uploading that takes the time. But she's been put in there because she's got a very bad leg, and he's been looking after her for months because she doesn't listen to me. And so he's gone in today to sit with her until the doctors come to get first-hand knowledge. So, I have been blessed with a very good husband. And he is my second husband. He's been wonderful. My children accept him, and my grandchildren just worship the ground he walks upon. And he's been a wonderful, wonderful husband and a father and a granddad. So, and now he's going to be a great granddad. He's not sure about that, but he thinks he's too early to be a great granddad. But hey, we were early grandparents, and we've coped, and so we're going to be great grandparents now. It's going to be good. Anyway, getting off the subject, being flexible in your routine. Well, the whole thing is what I'm talking about, is being flexible in your routine. You've got to accept what life brings you. And even though you've planned something, sometimes and oftentimes things go not quite how you planned. But that's all right. It's how you cope with that, how you handle it. And like last night, I was talking to our son, and the little girl got on. She's only 3, and she'd drawn me a picture. Look, she's hardly seen me really in her little 3 years, and she just thinks it's wonderful that her nanny says to her that she loves her. And because my son gets on, and he says, "Oh, Mum, she's got such a wonderful look on her face when you said that." And I thought, well, you just don't realise how important it is to constantly be telling your family members that you love them, and your friends, and so that made me feel quite good last night, and it's helped to make me feel better because it boosted me up with my spirits a bit. And today I've got the bus all to myself today, so I can actually maybe stay out in the lounge a bit longer and do a bit more work until it gets too cold, and then I'll have to go back and sit in my office, which is the bed, because it's got much more room anyway to spread out, and it's warmer in there without using up all of our gas. So these are the things that you need to be thinking about in your own life. It's being flexible in your routine. Just because you say from 4 to 5 I'm going to read this, and then from 5 to 6 I'm going to do something else, and then from 6 to 8 I'm going to the gym. That may not happen every single day. You might not be able to tick the box every single day. The intent is in your heart, of course, but sometimes, like with my mother's problem coming up right now, I'm not going to have a whole day soon to do the things that I'd like to do, because I do get them done eventually through the day, but it's not all in the one time that I like to have it all in sort of set groups. So I hope that's given you a little bit of a message today. This is day 12. Tomorrow we've got day 13. Who knows what's going to happen on day 13? I've got something that I would like to talk to you about, but we'll see. Don't forget, if you're on my Debbie Nicholson, whoisdebbienicholson.com site, click on any of the images this week. Sundays I don't do that, but the rest of the week I do. Just click on any of the images and it'll take you through to my list building site. And then if you're on my debsbigmastermind.com, then click on the images and that'll take you through to our big mastermind, big idea mastermind sales funnel. And if you're on my Empower site with KDeb, well then you can click on any of the images and that will take you through to the Empower sales funnel. Of course, Empower and BIM are one and the same business for us. It's just got we've got to operate under two different names because we're in one company, but we use our own products to get ourselves ahead. But Empower has a wonderful product right at the moment. $25 a month. It's hosting your own videos. I've talked to you about that a couple of days ago. But I mean, very, very good incentive to come in and be part of our business. Alright, well I look forward to talking to you again tomorrow. And you have a wonderful day. I hope the weather's better where you are.